Hi everyone, this is Ben Falcon's Media Corner back again with a brand new AK Afro Soul Review episode for today, which this is going to be on another film that I saw that was released in 2021, which this one actually came out a couple days ago in the UK and in the US and other countries around the globe, and which this was released on Friday, but I actually saw this on a Wednesday at work for free. And so today I'm here to give you guys my views on this film. So today's review I'm here to talk to you guys about is the 2021 musical romantic drama based on the stage play of the same name, and that is Cyrano. So Cyrano, this comes to us from the director of Pride and Prejudice, Atonement, and Darkest Hour, which those films were directed by Joe Wright, which he directs this film, and those films are like period dramas, which those are really great movies. And so here he's done another period drama, but this one as a musical, since this is based off a stage play. And the story of the film is that we follow this man named, by the title character of this film, Cyrano, played by Peter Dinklage, who he's brilliant at sword play, since he's a man in the army. He's a troop of the army, and he's excellent at poetry. Like, he does really great poetry writing, and he falls in love with this woman named Roxanne, played by Haley Bennett, who she is royalty, and he thinks that he won't be able to win her heart because of his size, since he is a dwarf, and his appearance as well, since he is really a troop of the warrior army and all that. And for Roxanne, she then one day, she out of nowhere, she falls in love with this random man named Christian, played by Kelvin Harrison Jr., who he's just a random man until the next day he ends up becoming a new troop of the army with Peter Dinklage's character Cyrano. And for Christian, he asks Cyrano's help to basically try and win Roxanne's heart, since he finds out that Roxanne is actually is falling in love with him because of the way he is and all that, and his appearance and all that kind of stuff. And Cyrano then agrees to help Christian by trying to win her heart, and by doing that is that he writes poetry to basically help him be a better man who he really is, because Christian is not really good at poetry and all that. And so we see that happening, as well as this whole love triangle drama that's happening in this movie between these three characters. So that's pretty much the story of Cyrano. So Cyrano, I was really excited for this movie because there was a few reasons why I was looking forward to it, because the trailers really interested me from the way it looked, as well as from what I've heard who are behind the movie, like the director Joe Wright, which I do think he's a really talented director for making these kind of British period dramas, like those three films I've mentioned in this video, which they're considered as great works, and I tend to really enjoy those movies. And also, like, the stars in the movie, Peter Dinklage, he's a really great actor since Game of Thrones. Haley Bennett, I think she's a really good actress, and Ben Mendelsohn, which I do think is a pretty talented actor, which I have seen him in a few good works there here and there, like Ready Player One, for example, which I think that's a really fun movie, that one. And yeah, and like I said, this is another musical that was released last year, and we've had some really good musicals last year. I thought there was some amazing musicals we've had last year, like In the Heights, which that one was my favorite from last year. West Side Story from last year, the remake by Steven Spielberg, which I thought was wonderful. Another favorite musical of mine from last year. Disney's Encanto, which that's animation, that is, but I still love the movie. And we also had Everybody's Talking About Jamie, which I thought was great, on Amazon Prime. So this movie was originally going to come out in December of last year, but I don't know what happened to it until when I came back to work for the new year this year in January. This movie, I heard some cinemas were going to be playing this in January, but for my work we didn't get it until last week for February. And so I was hoping it would stay there, because I really wanted to see it, because this movie really had me really interested for me checking this one out. So I went to see this last week on Wednesday for free at work, and I did manage to get my own free ticket for this movie. And I'd like to say to my work, thank you so much for that. I really much appreciate it. And after watching Cyrano, this is definitely another great musical of last year because I had a really great time with Cyrano. The songs in this movie, I thought the songs in this film were absolutely great. There was quite a few memorable songs that I really tend to enjoy. My favorite song in this movie is definitely "Someone to Say." I really loved that song. It was really wonderful, and the choreography for that song in the film I thought was absolutely great. There were really great choreographed moments in the film for some really great songs in this film. Although there's a few scenes for some songs in the film I didn't find much memorable enough, but still though the songs in the film I thought were absolutely great as alongside with its choreography and all that. I thought both of them being combined together were absolutely handled really well to make an absolute 100% well done right there. And the acting in the film, Peter Dinklage gives one of the best performances I've ever seen from this guy outside of Game of Thrones. He is wonderful in this movie as Cyrano, on his charm, his charisma, and all that kind of stuff. And for the lines of dialogue as well, I thought were absolutely great. And the character development for him was really interesting because I really dug into the character of Cyrano because of we learn about him and all that, what he wants to do, what he really wants to do with himself and all that, which I really dug into all that. And Haley Bennett as well as Roxanne, I thought she was great in the movie. And Kelvin Harrison Jr. as Christian, I thought he was great in the movie too. All the acting all around from the cast in this movie were absolutely great. But the best of them all, I would say, is Peter Dinklage. And also the direction from Joe Wright. I thought this is definitely another great directed work from him because the direction in this movie is absolutely beautiful to look at, from capturing the whole costume design, the production design, scenes when it breaks into musical form, as well as some musical scenes that do tend to have some choreographed moments. I thought Joe Wright did a really great job from directing all of that because it is a great looking film too, from everything that I just mentioned that were absolutely beautiful to look at. And there are some dark moments which I did not really expect while I was watching this movie. Like the first half of the film, there is some dark moments that tend to have signs of a bit of blood in there, which I did not really expect that while I was watching it because I was just getting invested from when the whole storytelling just began and all that. And when we do learn about the character of Cyrano and all that, and then it broke into that scene. I won't say what happens because obviously spoilers for those who have not seen it. But I was really surprised to see something like that in this movie. And the storytelling in the film, it's a really great story about a love triangle drama and all that, but in an old-fashioned style and all that. And it's definitely a great tale since this is based on a stage play. Although when the film drew to a close, I kind of found that to be a bit rushed though. But still, though, the storytelling, it's really investing. It is a really great tale about a love triangle drama, but in an old-fashioned style. So, and I've got nothing else to say other than Cyrano was just a another great musical experience to me. And if you are a fan of any other musical from last year, like In the Heights or West Side Story, this will definitely be a cup of tea. And a few ways to recommend it is if you're a fan of the genre musicals, or if you're a fan of the stage play, or the director, or any of the stars like Peter Dinklage, this will definitely be a popcorn treat for you. I'm going to give Cyrano a 4 out of 5. Yep, it definitely deserves this rating for being another great musical for me, along with other musicals that I really tend to enjoy last year. But I wouldn't say this is my absolute favorite of all of them, because personally my favorite is In the Heights, but this one still is definitely another great musical for last year. So thank you guys so much for watching for my AK After I Saw review on Cyrano, and let me know what you think of Cyrano if you have seen this already. Did you had an absolute lovely time of it, or was this not really a treat for you? So thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for more reviews. And as always, this has been Falcons Media Corner signing off.